Yo, boys, what's going on? It's Burt Crown coming in with a YouTube video, and today we are going to be hitting Reddit. We're gonna grab a thread out of Reddit. We're gonna see all the comments in there, what people are feeling, what their thoughts are, and there's no better thread to grab right now than Team of the Year with what's going on. You know, Team of the Year events going on, so why not grab that thread and see how people are feeling about it? This one is going to be on, as you can see over top of my shoulder right here. This one is going to be on the MSP style, where it's the 90s that don't upgrade, and the Team of the Years that are fully upgradable that upgrade throughout the year with all the cards they get. So, how does Reddit feel about Team of the Year and their non-upgradable cards versus their upgradable cards? I can't wait to see because, you know, Reddit is always a good place to go for great conversation. Let's get into it, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. And this one here is that a blue hot coconut is it worth making non-upgradable Team of the Year cards? What he's referring to is it takes 5 87s to make 190 overall Team of the Year player, and then another 10 87s to make a full upgradable Team of the Year card, which is when they get a new card, the Team of the Year upgrades with it. That's what he's referring to here. Because essentially what you can do is you can build 390 overall cards that don't upgrade for the price of one fully ultimate Team of the Year player. And is it worth it, right? Depending on what kind of player you are, if you're playing till the end of the year or not, we're going to find out what Reddit thinks about it. I've been away for a week, so I haven't been keeping up, but these cards seem kind of pointless, at least compared to the upgradable ones. So he's talking about the ones that upgrade throughout the year, which, I mean, on a quick glance at it, they don't look that great, but you know, maybe Reddit will defend them. Cyber says, if you have the extra 81s to make one, at the end, definitely. I think of it like a normal MSP. That's a very good point, because that's all those 90s are that don't upgrade. They're just normal MSPs. They cost the same. When the next event comes out, EA is going to drop it, and what it's going to be is it's going to be 587s for a 90. So if you want a 90 McDavid and you can't afford the fully upgradable one, that's the way to go, because it's essentially just an MSP, and the next event won't be the same, right? It'll be different names. Maybe you don't want that 90 overall and you want the 90 McDavid. I currently have enough 87s to make one from scratch, and I'll likely make more by Friday. And my plan is to make Keller's ultimate and McKinnon's base. That's a solid strategy, right? If you can only make the base 90s, those are going to be good for you for like a month. And then the Keller Ultimate's just a dynamite choice because Keller is phenomenal. She's already a 94. It's going to take 2-3 months before all the other Team of the Years catch up to her with a 94. And maybe by then she's scored another goal or two and she's a 90, 96, 98 because her Team of the Year keeps up with her fantasy card. So that's a good choice to build because it has the safest floor. Why Keller, not Makar or Quinn Hughes? Pretty much everything I just said. Fantastic Tap says, yes, if you don't have enough for an ultimate, they're like making MSPs, but they're better. Exactly. If you compare the non-upgradable 90s to the Hut 2000s, that's 90s to 89s, they look much better. The Hut 2000s was terrible too. The Gallery of the Greats made the Hut 2000s look brutal. I'm pretty sure they'll be better than the next MSPs. Exactly. The next MSPs are not going to be 91s, they're going to be 90s. But the next MSPs are going to be 90s, and these base 90 Team of the Year cards are going to be better than the next MSPs, or at least I would think so. Jackal, if you can't afford the ultimate version and you need them in your lineup, then yes. And need them in your lineup, if you can't afford the ultimate version but you like the players, that's where you would do it. If you can't afford the ultimate version and you don't like the players, then don't do it. Look at it as a regular 90, as a normal MSP for the event, 100%. Ultimates, yeah, exactly. So the ultimates are the free upgrades and the free AP, and the 90s are just MSPs. That's a great way to look at it, and I like that. Shark Attack, compared to the upgradable ones, yes, but if you just want a couple decent 90s, not a bad choice. Exactly. Reddit is being very nice here. Iggy is GOAT. Can't argue with that. Nah, save the fodder for future events. Okay, that's not a bad take. Save the fodder for future events kind of works, but at the same time, if you like Connor McDavid, wouldn't he be better than the future event coming up? Like, this Connor McDavid's 90 base is just an MSP. So if you like the MSP Connor McDavid, go build it, instead of using a 587s on the next event, which you might not even like those names. But I mean, if you want to save your fodder, have at her. But these are the best names in hockey. So, I mean, if you're not ready to build them, who are you ready to build? I'm confused. What cards are non-upgradable and how do you make them? The 90 Team of the Year Lone Wanderer, the 90 Team of the Year fully version. So you have to turn in 587s to get the 90, and then you have to turn in the 90 and 1087s to get the fully upgradable one. That 90 is what they're talking about. They're talking about keeping that 90. So you take 587s to build a 90 McDavid, and then you take the 90 McDavid and 1087s. They're saying just keep the 90 McDavid and don't turn in the other 87s and just have that MSP McDavid for 587s. This is what they're saying. And it's in the sets to build Team of the Year. Calms. I just used my leftovers for Hallie. Goalies are goalies. 100%. I agree with that. I took Leonard at the starting of the year because he's a free goalie that's going to upgrade all year just by playing the game. And I think everybody should have taken Leonard, right? He's going to perform just like any other goalie in the game. However, if you like to build sets, or you are, a little hot rich, you work the market, you buy packs, whatever you do that gets you a lot of coins and fodder, if you want to build Hallie, he's great. He's a good size. He's got a ton of abilities that you can turn on and off to select which ones you want, right? Free abilities. And then he's going to upgrade throughout the year, so it's a goalie you don't have to worry about. Plus, he's got that speed boost synergy, which is unreal. He's a good goalie, and goalies are goalies. I always struggle with Hallebuck, too. It's weird. Boston Dangler. I accidentally made the 90 Makar last night. I meant to use his training camp 85, so his cover athlete card, with the 1487s, and like a moron, thought I made the 91st because... yeah, I made one. So what's he saying here? He made the 90 base Team of the Year, which, by the way, you're not a moron, buddy. It's literally 187. You're fine. It's not that big of a deal. If you made the 90, you'd be better off taking that 90 and turning it in with 1087s than taking the 85 cover athlete Makar and 1487s, which you probably already figured out. But that's not a huge mistake. The 85 takes place for 187. It's not the end of the world. Rats 7519. What do you got? I mean, there's 90s. And we won't see 92s for a month. We won't see 92s for like 2 months, man. We're just getting into the 90s now. Next event's going to be 90, and the next 2 events after that are going to be 91s and maybe 92s. So that's 6 weeks out from right now to when we see a 92. 6-7 weeks out from when we see a 92. So what you're saying here, so the 90s are going to be good for a month or two, and that's exactly right. And 90 McDavid is going to be good for a very long time, if not till the end of the game. Like, if you can't build Ultimate McDavid's Team of the Year, his base is going to be on your team for a while because you just maybe don't play that much and you just want to have a card that's going to be decent. G2 Burn Shot. In my opinion, no. Just hold for the next banger event, which will probably be at the end of this month. Well, they have the list up on NHL.com forums, or whatever we call it. If you go to Google, you type in NHL 25, it'll bring up EA 25 website. You just go click on that. It shows you the events we have next, and the next event we have is 90 overall to match this. Every 2 weeks, not every month. Every 2 events, not every month. Every 2-ish events. So Team of the Year went 90. The next event should be 90 as well. Maybe you'll be able to build like the Kaprizov with Next Gen, where you take a couple of MSPs and you make a 91, like an Ultimate MSP. But I think the next event will be a 90, 100%. And then after that, we'll see our first 91 event. And then Nonamel, I probably said that wrong, Nonami. It's probably a 90 next event, yeah. And then we got the Daves I know. I'm curious and haven't looked. Are the abilities juiced at all like the Ultimates? The cards are pretty much built the same, but they're missing a couple. But they're not free. That's the biggest thing. Is the AP costs on the base Team of the Years, they're not free. So that's where you're stepping up from the base to get the more synergies, more abilities, and free abilities. And then obviously the free upgrades as well throughout the year. But is that really worth the cost of 1087s? If you can, yes. If you can't, then no. They're just treat them like regular MSPs, which they are. And they're all very, very good. So that is going to be a Reddit thought for today, guys. If you like these Reddit thoughts, or you want to see Twitter or whatever you want to see, leave that in the comment section down below. If you like them, give them a thumbs up so I know you like them, and we'll keep them going. Maybe we'll do a Reddit thought once a week. We'll see what is being said on Reddit, and we'll go through the thread and see what people are thinking, right? Because it's nice to see what people are saying, and then it's nice to get a nice run of comments to see how people think. And this was done 5 hours ago, so it's a very, very recent Reddit thread. If you want to go check it out, go check it out. But hey, guys, checking out what everyone has to say and what some people have and what some people are thinking is a good thing to see. Because it gives you other perspectives of the game. But hey, if you like it, like I said, give it a thumbs up. I can't wait to see what you guys think. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao.